Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Pagbukas ko ng mga social media accounts ko this morning, napansin ko agad, ang dami nating mga kababayan na nagsishare na ngayon nung reports tungkol dito sa sinasabing bagong PR to PR program na ilo-launch ng Canada. Okay, wala pa ha, ilo-launch pa lang ito. Batay po kasi yan sa isang bahagi nung kaka-announce lang na immigration levels plan. Meron po dong binanggit na magkakaroon daw ng one-time initiative para mas mapabilis ang pag-transition ng libo-libong temporary workers. Mag-transition sila to become permanent residents. So I understand, no? Ang daming na-excite. Abang-abang na sila ngayon pa lang. At I'm sure maraming nagtatanong, so how can I prepare for this? Paano kaya yan gagawin? In what form mangyayari itong programang yan? Obviously, guys, limited pa lang po ang impormasyon ngayon. So what we will do in this episode is, I will share with you yung information na nakikita ko so far. All available information na nakita ko tungkol dito sa sinasabing bagong PR to PR program. Tatlo na yung nakita kong official resources, all from Canada.ca. Medyo paulit-ulit lang din, pero it is what it is. We'll take what we can get, no, para lang ma-satisfy ang curiosity perhaps ng ilan. At the same time, pag-uusapan din natin, paano ba in-enforce yung dating TR to PR program nung pandemic? Nangyari po kasi to nung 2021. Sarado na yan ngayon, ano? So we'll talk about how it was enforced back then, just to give us an idea on the possibilities, no? Who knows, baka ganun din or similarly i-enforce itong paparating na bagong initiative. Okay. Actually, nabanggit na natin to slightly doon sa episode natin with Attorney Lou Dangzalan. And later on, I will also share with you yung soundbite niya tungkol dito. Okay? But for now, sige, ano ba yung una kong i-share? Basically, guys, meron ng tatlong articles, okay, 3 documents online na nabanggit itong sinasabing bagong initiative. Una, ito rin yung pinakita natin sa episode natin kahapon. Hold on. Teka, wala pa pala akong headline. O, sige. Ito yan. This is from the Budget 2025 mismo, yung PDF nung budget, okay? Yung parang libro yan, nung physical form, pero it was uploaded online. Okay, sabi dito, Budget 2025 also proposes to undertake a one-time measure to accelerate the transition of up to 33,000 work permit holders to permanent residency in 2026 and 2027. Sabi dito, these workers have established strong roots in their communities, are paying taxes, and are helping to build the strong economy Canada needs. Okay, the fiscal cost daw, ang gagastusin ng gobyerno dito ay 19.4 million. Okay, ito yung unang nag-appear yan sa Budget 2025. Later on, the following day, which was yesterday, naglabas nung tinatawag na supplementary immigration levels. Parang online document din, ano? Let me put this up. Ayan. Sige, pakita natin. Okay. Nabanggit yan ulit dito. Ito. But very copy-paste halos, no? Yung lumabas dun sa una nating pinakita. Pero, dito sa supplementary immigration levels document, ito ang naging batayan ng ilang mga immigration consultants online na nakita ko, no? To say na itong sinasabing 33,000 na bilang will go on top of the PR admissions target na sinet for 2026, 2027, at 2028. For example, sa 2026, di ba, ang nakasulat po ay, andito rin yan eh. Ayan. Diba? For 2026, ang tatanggapin ng mga PR ay 380,000. Sa 2027, 2028, ganun din, 380. Ang paniniwala sa ngayon ng ilan ay on top pa yung 33,000 dyan. Hindi rin kasi naka-identify dito kung saan sila papasok dyan. Bakit on top of the number? It's because, ito wait, ataas ko ulit. Yan. Remember, ito pong sinasabing PR2 program, considered a one-time initiative. At kung tutuusin doon po sa bagong plano, may dalawang one-time initiative na mangyayari. Una po, yung TR2PR. At pangalawa, magkakaroon din daw for refugees. Okay? That will transition to PR. Nabanggit yan dito yung sa refugees. Yan. More than 100,000 of them. Okay? Ang tutulungan para mapabilis ang kanilang pagiging PR. Under the refugee plan, nakasulat dito, the admissions are in addition to those identified in the above PR admissions target. Okay. Hindi po siya nakasulat dito sa bandang to mentioning the TR to PR. But it's just assumed na likely ganun din ang mangyayari daw. But again, that could change. Okay, hintayin natin yung official announcement of the details siguro in the coming months. Okay. So, ito yung pangalawang document, pangatlo, meron pang isa. This one. Basta, immigration levels plan pa rin. Again, guys, lahat to from canada.ca. Ito, may konting graphics siya. Nandito rin nakasulat. Yan. Okay. Ito, may konting dagdag info tayo na makukuha dito. A one-time 2-year initiative to fast-track permanent residence for skilled temporary workers who are already contributing to communities working in Canada in specific in-demand sectors with a focus on those in rural areas. At least may dagdag dito. Kailangan ang trabaho mo in demand and, yan, priority raw. May focus sa mga nandoon sa rural areas. Okay. Also guys, i-clarify pala natin yung 33,000, hindi yan every year over the next 2 years po yan yung tatanggapin. Okay, 33,000 skilled temporary workers over the next 2 years. Okay. So this is it for now. Yan pa lang ang information natin tungkol dyan. Okay, so paano siya ginawa ba noon? Parang dalawa ang naging paraan, okay, nung pandemic para makatransition ng maraming temporary residents to PR. Yung una, ito, nabanggit ni Attorney Lou. Okay? I will share this. Huwag kayong ma-confuse na doble ngayon nakikita nyo sa akin. Okay? Pero sige, ipi-play ko. Yung unang sinasabi ni Attorney Lou, it was done through the express entry. Okay? Hold on.
Kasi noong 2021, nag-announce ng program itong Government of Canada. Ang Minister of Immigration then was Marco Mendicino. And I distinctly remember his office reaching out to us immigration lawyers, asking for suggestions on how to transition. Kasi yung challenge nun, sarado ang immigration. And how do they meet the targets for immigration? Kasi nga, hindi makatravel ang mga tao to Canada. So, ang naging natural source nila is yung mga nasa Canada na. Tapos anong ginawa nila? Nag-double down sila under express entry. Ang unang ginawa nila, just to fill up the inventory for 2021, nag-draw sila under express entry over 20,000 invitations to apply, I believe. Kasi yun nga, yung kumakalat na rumors ngayon is TR to PR pathway daw. So, while maraming magbe-benefit talaga kung ganun. And I'm not saying that it's the wrong approach. I'm not saying it's the right approach. Huwag tayong, parang dahan-dahang magpadala sa mga rumor mills on the internet. Yun siguro yung may bibigay kong general advice in life about this. Kasi hindi natin alam if that is the case, kung gagawin na lang TR to PR pathway, or kagaya ng 2021, or it could be na pwede rin nilang ulitin yung express entry na deep draw, na bumaba yung score cut-off. ITA was, the CRS cut-off score was 75.
Okay.
Naalala ko yun kasi Sabado yun ng umaga, pagbukas ko ng computer na, sabi ko, bakit 74 cut-off? This must be a glitch. So, punta ako sa listserv, yung email listserv ng mga immigration lawyers. Tapos minessage namin yung president ng immigration law section to get in touch with with staff nga sa minister's office. Na turns out it's not a glitch, so confirmed. So hindi lang siya confirmed.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so yun, no? Nagkaroon daw ng isang malaking draw, 20,000 something, na sobrang baba nung score. At nag-benefit doon ng maraming mga temporary residents. Stop ko na nga to dahil nagdo-doble-doble kami. Okay. Yan. Ngayon, another way for many TRs to become PRs, na-confuse na ba kayo? Noong pandemic, ay ito. Nakita ko, ayan, yung parang portal for the program noon. Okay. Sarado na ito, ha? Ayun, nakasulat, this pathway closed November 2021. So, temporary resident to permanent resident pathway. Ang nangyari daw noon, no, nagkaroon ng 6 na streams. Okay? 3 accepted, both English and French-speaking applicants. Tapos may 3, specifically only for French speakers. Okay. Ito yung mga streams. So, merong workers in Canada, healthcare, workers in Canada, essential non-healthcare. Tapos meron din tinanggap from recent international graduates noon. Okay? Tapos, ito na yun sa mga French. Same. Basta same. Tapos ito, yung for French. Okay, yan. Healthcare din, essential and non-healthcare, and also international graduates. Again, guys, ito yung noon, hindi ngayon. Okay, ito yung noon. At makikita nyo, ang daming tinanggap pala noon, no? 20,000 for the healthcare, 30,000 sa non-healthcare, and at least 40,000 sa mga international graduates. O, diba? So, ganyan din kaya ang magiging forma or something similar to that? Maybe, no? But again, the only thing we can do now is wait. Okay, alam ko maraming na-excite, but don't worry, sige, I will also work on securing an interview to talk about this. Baka meron pa tayong mapiga tungkol dito sa TR to PR program. We'll see. Kung meron kayong tanong, ilagay nyo doon sa comment section para kung makuha ko na kung sino man yung mai-interview natin, baka pwede kong masingit po ang inyong mga tanong. Okay, so that's it. I will end this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!